guys, it's Ileana Moreno, and I'm in Cuadros' corner.
Hey.
When I got to college, I was like, what do? I found journalism, and I'm like, hey, like, actually, I'm not bad at this. Like, this is fun. And then I ended up wanting to major in it. And literally what got me straight A's at that point was just like trying to be better than everybody else.
Nice.
Like, oh, that person's good, I'm gonna be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's literally all that it was.
Yeah.
It was like a game. Years later, I was
Right.
working at Univision for a few years, but I was doing marketing for them, and I would do some on-camera work, but most it was just marketing, digital advertising, and it was completely different from news, right? So it was really eye-opening for me,
Yeah.
right? Because coming from straight-up journalism, that world, even though you're in the same building, you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
cross
it's
paths.
not at all. Like, it's two different worlds, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up really liking it. I wouldn't say that my love for food comes from my family owning restaurants, but I can certainly say that my love for small business comes from my family owning restaurants, right? Like, because I feel like I've grown up in it, being a little kid, hanging out, being like 8 years old and just hanging out at the restaurant. The chef could be confident, the owner could be confident, you know what I mean? But that doesn't always
We're not
transcend.
talking to the chef.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone talks to the chef. So like that energy needs to transcend into the whole
Yeah.
kitchen, everybody there,
Great.
you know? That's like the number one for me. For me, like that's like make it or break it, right?
What are the requirements for you to showcase a restaurant in your, now that we're talking about it?
Me saying yes.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I guess so.
If you were to meet an alien, what type of meal would you prepare for them? Like
I would just give them cereal.
cereal?
Yes. I'm like, this is American food. Welcome to America. I'd give them a hot dog.
What does it mean to you to be a leader?
Learning. That's what being a leader is. Learning, always, from different people. Learning from your assistant, learning from the person that cleans, learning from your president, learning from your chairman, learning from, you know what I mean, your coworker. Always learning. Never getting to that point where you're like, you don't know more than me. You know what I mean? Or like, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
You're always gonna be learning from somebody, anybody, right?
Wow.
So making sure that you always have that mentality. You're always learning from people no matter who it is. And then transitioning that into teaching other people. That's what being a leader is, to me. I really do feel like I'm in a therapy chair.
That's okay. Have you ever gone to therapy? Is that a too personal question?
Have I gone to therapy? One time I went to therapy because I thought that I needed therapy. And it was just like really weird. Like the guy was really weird.
What did he say?
But maybe it was just the wrong therapist for me, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean.
You know why I went?
Why?
Because I felt like I had a lot of drama in my life and I wanted to see if I could talk to someone that is getting paid for me to talk to them, because I feel like what made me come to the realization is that my friends would like trauma dump on me and I would be like, oh my God, like I'm so sorry. Well, yes, okay, but I would think like, oh my God, like I don't want to do this to my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they feel the way that I feel, which is like, stop. Like, I respectfully, you're my friend, but also like,
No, I get
you're stressing me out.
No, I get you. I mean, sometimes I don't want to like tell people, like when people are like, oh, how you been or whatever. Like in my mind, I'm like, but I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Really? No, I tell the truth.
No,
I'm like, if someone tells me, how are you? And I'm like, I've had better days. They're like, oh, this girl.
Nah, I don't like to do that. Because
No.
it's like I'm telling you all that stuff.
Twice a week.
Well, there
You do?
go.
Yeah, I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like all about choosing your like the perfect therapist for you. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
But I've never
The free ones,
the free
your friends.
No, so I disagree with that because I feel like I'm the type of person that, well, I don't even know how to explain it. What happens to me a lot is that like I'll meet somebody or even my friends, like I'm always the first person that they come to, or if I meet somebody, like people automatically trust me.
Oh yeah.
Super
Do you
bad.
trust her?
That's what they say. Like when you meet somebody, you shouldn't talk a lot, because then people go, Oh, they get real friendly right away, and then all of a sudden they act like they know you for a long time, and then they find out everything about you, and then they use that to narcissistically manipulate you.
True.
So like that's what they say, you should, like when you first meet people, you shouldn't talk a lot, let them talk.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what
that's very true.
Narcissists do.
Yeah, that's very true.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you have the microphone.
I agree with that, but I'm not very like open with people initially, right?
Yeah.
But I feel the opposite, like when it comes to me, like people are very open with me all the time, and I'm like, oh,
that's
wow,
good.
like
that's good, I think.
Like, no, I don't know. It's a blessing and a curse, I guess.
No, because people normally don't trust people.
Yeah,
I feel like the majority of people don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Or, so then them opening up to you is a good thing, I think.
But I see that a lot in my life.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's super random.
Like since like you were little or what?
Oh, little? I don't know.
Did you make friends easily in elementary, in middle school, and school growing up?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Maybe you just practiced that energy. I don't know.
I have no idea. But it's something that I've noticed, and I'm like, interesting.
How do we meet?
How did we meet?
Yeah.
School?
No, it was a show, remember?
But that was through school.
I wasn't in school. I had just graduated.
Didn't we have classes together, though?
No.
Oh.
No, not at all.
I'm making stuff up in my head.
Well,
I guess.
I remember that you were in, what's his face's? Nick Taylor, right?
Yes.
You were in his class, right? Mm-hmm. And he was there.
Well, he was my boss, technically.
Oh.
Because...
Then you should have won.
I was in UTRGV-TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't even remember that much. I remember we would go to that place that had the smoothies.
Which one?
I don't even remember.
Oh, Earthborn.
Earthborn. Oh my God, that place is good.
There's one close on 10th Street.
Yeah, I remember we would go to Earthborn. And I remember going to Glitz and Glamour.
Yeah.
I don't even remember the name of my partner that they gave me.
It was a guy, right?
Yeah, it was a guy.
Damien. Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was what, like 2017?
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
That was like 6 years ago. Isn't that crazy?
How time flies.
Yeah, so someone got an office inside of that Seed building over there in Mission. Uh-huh. And they were like, oh my God, I see you. Because like you're here. I guess there's like a little plaque.
Yeah,
like,
there's a little
plaque there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like why do I feel like that was not that long ago, but I'm just completely different.
And
like,
it's crazy how it came out on Sunday, like on TV. Like I never caught an episode, but
it aired on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
You're lying.
When nobody like would see it on Sunday.
I thought you meant this past Sunday.
No.
I was like, what?
When they edited the videos or the episodes, they would premiere on social media, and then also on Sunday on Channel 5. I don't know what channel.
Oh my God. I have to tell you, I never watched one episode.
I watched the YouTube one. The one where we're like doing the confessions.
Oh, yeah.
I watched
that, I don't really remember that.
Yeah, they were trying to like make us stir up drama to make it more interesting.
I know.
It was kind of cool.
It was a cool concept.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing all the challenges.
I don't that kind of stuff. I don't remember. I remember going to Seed. I remember meeting everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like talking to everybody, which I thought was cool.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like the only thing that I remember.
I enjoyed it because I was like, I've always liked shows where you're like competing against people. Mm-hmm. Like, but there was I had never seen a marketing show like that. So I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
So I was like excited
They should have done it again.
I think they were, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I remember that because the producer had asked me to sit in the interviews and stuff, and we interviewed some people. It was interesting. And then I guess they just
fell apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should do it again. So tell me about what you're doing now.
What am I doing now?
Like you're working as what's your official title?
My official title is Assistant Marketing Director.
Okay, for the Lone Star National Bank.
For the Lone Star National Bank.
The Lone Star
I'm just
National
kidding.
Bank. Yeah.
Lone Star National Bank.
I mean, I have that bank.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I was telling you.
I saw that you're in our rewards system.
I am?
Yeah, like
So how do I get
so
rewards?
there's a specific type of debit card.
Yeah.
That you or rather checking account, right? And it's called I don't even know. Sorry, I should know this. But something rewards, LSB rewards, algo así.
Yeah.
And you sign up for it, and they charge you like $5 extra a month or something like that. But you get like all this stuff like roadside assistance, accidental death insurance, and then you get a bunch of coupons for a bunch of different places.
Oh, wow.
And Spark Trust is in there.
Hey, nice. Wow. I've never.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, oh, that's crazy. And I had just seen it, and I forgot to bring it up to you.
It's okay.
But
yeah, I opened it
I'm
up
remembering now.
2021. I opened up a business account.
Who's your banker?
What do you mean, who's my banker? Oh, the person who's handling my account. It's Melitza Sanchez.
Oh,
Shout
okay.
out.
Okay.
She went to my high school.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
Yeah, she's been very helpful, actually. Every time I have a question, she always answers, like, in the hour, unless it's, like, a crazy... Sometimes I have questions like, how come I got charged this amount or
Like
whatever?
$3 or...
Yeah, I'm like, what's this about? And she, like, answers, oh, that's because of da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, she's really cool.
I'm glad to hear that.
So what does, like, working at a Lone Star, like, did you ever, like, think you were... going to be working there, or how did that come about? How did this opportunity come about?
So I don't really know how to answer that question, because I never saw myself like working in finance like at all, right? Like my math is never mathing.
Yeah, same.
Whatsoever.
But I'm trying to get better.
Yeah, me too. So I definitely not something that I would have envisioned. I've always worked in media, right? I studied broadcast journalism. Initially, I was like, I'm absolutely... Okay, no, hold on. Let me rewind to like me being a child, right?
Yeah, go back.
Okay. Yeah, going all the way back.
Go ahead.
Okay. So at that point, like in my life, when I envisioned myself as like an adult, it was always like as a leader in a power suit, you know what I mean? With the whole team behind her.
Yeah, you just took some pictures. You look like a powerful leader.
So like teaching other people what I know, you know what I mean? And just growing as a person, but like specifically that. And even I have a really specific thought that I kept thinking when I was little. And I remember thinking like I would be in my parents' car. This is so random. I remember being in my parents' car and seeing like a girl, right? Or like a lady like driving a nice vehicle, and she would have like her clothes from the dry cleaners in the back of her car, and be like, oh my God, like I can't wait till I go pick up my own dry cleaning in my car and I'm going to work. And like whatever, right? I ended up studying broadcast journalism. Thought news was something that I wanted to do. Obviously, after college was finished, stepping into that world that is like true media, because even though I had done it for a few years in college, it's student media, it's not the same.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Fast,
like,
right?
Well, not only that, but really your freedom in what you want to produce or the story that you want to tell. You might say like, hey, like this company is doing something bad. Well, it's like, okay, well, like they're also our customers or our clients, or like it's just not the right day to run that story, whatever. So you find yourself in a lot of binds, right? Because you end up realizing like, oh, like there's rules to this. You know what I mean? So you don't have all this freedom like you do in college naturally. Like obviously, right? That was going to happen. But as a college student, it's not something that you really think about. And then you get there, and then you're making like $40,000 a year, and you're like, what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, how is this even a thing?
So were you like an on-site reporter? You would go and you would like write, shoot, talk on did you do everything?
So a multimedia journalist is the title. I wouldn't say that like I officially did that, because I only worked for like the university television station, like interning also. Yeah. But I wasn't like out here, you know, working at a news station, I would have never gotten that close by choice. You know what I mean? And like I didn't. So
when you were about to embark on college and going to college, when you thought of like broadcast journalism, how did you picture yourself like further down your career?
Like telling stories that were very truthful, very honest, educating people, which there's a lot of great, like, you know, don't get it twisted. There's a lot of great reporters, great journalists that do a great job at that, right? And they're amazing, very talented people. It's just like it wasn't for me. I was like, there's way too many loopholes. Yeah. Like, you have to work super long hours. You don't have time off to spend with your family. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your life is very structured around news, you know? And the news never stops. Yeah.
You're literally making content for, if you think about it, the country.
Yeah.
It's
straight
like
up.
Someone hired you to make their content.
Yeah, straight up.
And you have to constantly be going out there and finding juicy stories and interesting stories and be putting them out for the world to see. So now that you're in this position that you are now, do you want to like continue your pursuit, or is there something in the future that you want to, I don't know, like combine more of a media with banking? Like, do you want to educate people about banking? Because I feel like that would be kind of like an important aspect of your job, right?
Yeah.
Because
for sure.
in the Valley, there's a lot of people that might not be all that financially literate like myself. You know, I feel like that might be, what do you think about education and finance in the Valley?
So here's what's really crazy. I've always been like super about education. My schooling, like what I can tell you is that when I was in like elementary, junior high, high school, literally I did not even think that I was going to go to college. Like, lol.
Why is that?
I just did not, like, sorry, can I say, like, I did not go. Like literally, I was just like I would just pass to play sports, like the minimal, like, you know what I mean?
What did you play?
I would play soccer. I was a cheerleader.
Oh, wow.
I played volleyball when I was younger, but not really. But like, I loved cheerleading. I loved soccer. Yeah. They were so fun to me. Yeah. And so like soccer. The minimum, like straight up the minimum is what I did, and that was it. And so. And maybe it was because, like, yeah, I love sports, but then, like, you already have in your head, like, I'm not going to grow up to be, like, a pro soccer player. Like, you know, you can't do cheerleading all your life, so, like, whatever, I'll just figure it out when I get there. And then you're in college, and you're like, okay, like, what do I do? Like, where do I go? And how you were saying, like, you love... well, you said you love shows where people compete and you love competing. Yeah, I'm a super competitive person too, right? So when I got to college, I was like, what do? I found journalism and I'm like, hey, like actually I'm not bad at this. Like this is fun. And then I ended up wanting to major in it. And literally what got me straight A's at that point was just like trying to be better than everybody else.
Nice.
Like, oh, that person's good. I'm going to be better. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's literally all that it was. Yeah. It was like a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
No. I feel like I think like that a lot. When I started going to college, I initially wanted to study broadcast journalism, but then I didn't like it because it was very like inside the box as far as like how to like shoot.
Oh yeah. Okay. True.
You know, because it had to be a wide shot, medium shot, close up, wide shot, medium shot, close up.
Yes.
And I had never like thought about like making videos or video editing before. It was something new that I discovered like late in my high school. And I would like make videos with friends and like little sketches here and there. And when I got to college, I was like, well, broadcast, you know, I get to work with a camera or whatever. But they were very like wide shot, medium shot,
there's a formula that you have to follow.
Close up. And I felt like I grew to a certain level where I kind of like knew how to do stories, and I think I was in it for like a year, but then I switched to film because I was like, you get to be more creative and things like that. But yeah, being competitive was part of, you know, because you had to, like a class and you had to like showcase your work in front of the whole class. So I was like, I'm gonna do better.
The best, yeah.
So
I hear you. I totally get that.
It was. I think I learn more when there's like competition.
Yes, me too.
Because like you see what you did, then you see what someone else did, and you're like, oh, they're better because of this, and that. Like you can pinpoint the exact reason why yours was worse or better than the other person.
Right.
So then, is your family also like competitive? Like, because I know they have a restaurant. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. Okay, but wait, I'm gonna go back because I went off, right? Because we were talking about education.
Yes,
and
education.
So, yes, we were talking about education.
Financial
remember?
education.
Yes, okay. So me naturally, like being in college, I feel like I really came into myself, right? Got really, naturally I've been competitive forever, right? But competitive about the right things, I guess you could say, right?
About the things
Schooling
you care about.
and stuff, right? Okay, so in that moment, like I graduate and I'm like, okay, like what's gonna happen? Years later, I'm still working in media. I was working at Univision for a few years, but I was doing marketing for them, and I would do some on-camera work, but most it was just marketing, digital advertising, that kind of stuff,
How'd you get into that? Like marketing?
Random. Like...
You just got thrown into it?
Like I met somebody, and they were like, hey, I know that you really like news, but you're like wishy-washy about it. If you still want to work in a TV station, but just at a different level, you know what I mean? We'd love to give you the opportunity. So I was lucky enough to be given that opportunity at Univision and Fox.
Nice.
So they introduced me to that world, right? And it was completely different from news, right?
What was the
it
biggest,
helped.
What was the biggest difference?
The biggest difference is that you see all of the logistics that go into planning a news channel, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whether it's advertising, timing, sponsors, like, you know what I mean? All of that stuff comes into play. What commercials are airing on the TV station, you know, pricing behind TV station, the way all the stations place, you know what I mean, across the board, who watches what and why, demographics, you know what I mean?
You got all that information?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You learn all about that stuff. So it was really eye-opening for me, right? Because coming from straight-up journalism, that world, even though you're in the same building, you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
like
don't
it's
cross paths.
not at all. Like it's two different worlds, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up really liking it. But at the same time, I was kind of like, you know what? Like I just don't think that media's for me, you know? And what really did it for me was when it froze over, remember, and nobody had power for like 2 weeks or something like that. Dude, there was people like straight up sleeping in the TV station.
Really?
And they like would like, okay, like you can go, but then like someone has to be here to report the news and blah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is kind of sick. Like, like I don't know if this is for me,
so
right?
Kind of like open your eyes to like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, like I don't know, and it's probably not even that big of a deal, but like it weirded me out. You know what I mean? Like going and seeing the people there like all the time, and then like we would have to, for example, if. Another thing that happened around the same time, there was some race. I don't remember what it wasn't the president. Maybe it was. I don't even remember.
Race?
Maybe it was a governor race.
Beto?
Maybe it was. I don't even remember. It was something like that. And I remember it was like breaking news. And then it cut to the race, right? Something about the race, announcing something, right?
Yeah.
And I remember clients calling us, like, why are our commercials coming out at this time? And we were like, dude, it's breaking news. Like, we didn't know, like, they were going to be talking about politics at this time. You know what I mean? But there was just, like, so many random things that I was just like, I don't know if news is for me at this point in my life, right?
Yeah.
So then I saw a position at Lone Star.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, don't really know if banking is the vibe, you know, like finance.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, you know, but whatever, who cares? Like, let's see what's up, right?
Nice.
So I ended up applying for the position, and they offered it to me, and it was kind of a trip, like, I don't know, right?
What was the position?
The assistant marketing director.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so before I came on board, my position did not exist.
Yeah.
It was non-existent. So it was created, and then I came into the finance world, right? And so going back to education, I've always been really passionate about it. My mom is an educator.
Nice.
I feel like I've been or become really passionate about it because when I was younger, I didn't really like grasp what it is to learn, why it's important, why schooling is important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's important to talk about those things with kids that maybe don't have somebody to talk about that now, right?
I feel maybe because we don't have our parents to tell us a little bit about why finance is important. I don't know if your parents talked to you about it.
Like, all my parents would say to me was like...
All your parents?
Like, no, like, the only thing. Like, all they would say to me is, you have to go to college.
Yeah.
Like, you have to go to college. You don't have a choice. Like, you have to go to college because your grandparents came to Mexico, and, like, why did they come to Mexico if you're not going to go to college?
Yeah.
Like, literally. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm going to college, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When it came to finance, it was just straight up like, save your money. Save your money, save your money, right? Because maybe that's how they were raised.
Yeah.
Obviously, working in finance now, it's like, no, you can certainly spend a little bit of money if you want to, you know what I mean? But also save and also invest and also, like, credit is not bad. It's not scary, you know what I mean? I was doing a speaking engagement, and I asked all the students, like, who here has had someone in their family, whether it's an aunt, uncle, grandparents, your parents, who have told you, like, don't get a credit card. Don't get a credit card because if you do, you're going to be in debt, and then, like, you're going to be screwed. And then what are you going to do? You know what I mean? When in reality, it's like, no, get a credit card. You need credit. Like...
To build it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't want to be, like, in your 20s.
Because you're going to spend that anyways.
Exactly,
Might as well
yeah.
use this avenue.
Yeah, so educating them, it's like, okay, like, if you have cash, hold on to your cash, open a credit card, don't spend all this money, but just buy whatever it is that you need, like food, gas, whatever, and then pay it off. Like, those little things that I think as an adult, it's like, oh, duh. Like, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't I use my credit card? Like, I could get points, whatever, like all that stuff. But for a kid, like, unless you have someone actually telling you, who's going to tell you? Or watching YouTube, I guess, but it's not.
There's a lot of YouTubers that talk about finance. But I personally didn't really think about finances until, like, you know, late high school when you were, like, applying to colleges and you're, like, trying to get a scholarship. And I feel like that's when I started to think about, you know, credit and debit and all that. But I think at an early stage, how old were these kids in elementary?
No, I think they were like sophomores.
Oh, okay.
In high school.
It's still good.
You have to be 18 to get a card?
No. Actually, I think with your parents' signature, you're able to...
To get a card?
Yeah, to get a card.
I got a Dillard's card when I was in high school from my
See?
parents.
There you go.
I maxed it out. And I never got a credit card after that. I maxed it out to like $200.
Oh.
So when my parents got the bill, they're like, what the? And I said, oh, I got a card. So then, like, as an adult, I never in my life had a credit card.
Because you were traumatized?
No, because, yeah, well, I guess you say that, but at the same time, like, now I don't have any debt. I've got everything, you know, when I have it, when I need it, when I want it, I just get it, and I don't have to, I don't have payments.
Yeah.
But my daughter, on the other hand, you know, she got a card from her dad, and she, you know, she doesn't know how to control it, so she like maxed it out and stuff.
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
scary.
I think that it's important to educate your kids, like, about that stuff early on.
Yes.
And let them make the mistake early on, so that way when they're older, that, you know, that, hey, it's not for you. Some people, it's not for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, it's harder to get credit when you're older, when you've already messed it up.
Yeah. And for me, I feel like it shouldn't be something that's scary to talk about. You know what I mean? And you're right. It's not for everybody, right? If some people, like, for me, I'm like, okay, not all debt is bad, right? Some people don't want any debt. That's cool. You know what I mean? What's not
you're supposed
cool...
to pay your debt. It says in the Bible before you die. You should never leave anybody hanging or owe anybody anything.
Yeah.
And that's why people, if you notice...
That's interesting.
If you notice, all of the older ladies, the, you know, old school Catholic religion ladies, like, you know, they're in their 60s, 80s and up, they pay their bill on time. The day that they get that bill, it's paid.
Yeah, I love that.
So they don't have no debt and they pay their bills on time.
And they probably drive to the water place. Like
no, they're adamant about it.
They don't even.
That older people in not our generation.
Yeah.
Like we don't pay our bills till the day it's starting to get turned off. But
I don't know about
these
that.
older people, they pay on the before or on the day.
Yeah.
And it's because they're scared of what's going to happen to them. The Bible says, pay your debts. And that's like, people don't understand that you can't be, telling somebody, hey, you're going to do this job for me. And then you owe them, and don't pay them.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's also another form of, the cardinal sin.
What do you think of Backdoor Modern Vintage?
I love it. I love her space, Yvette's space.
What was that you said when you got in here? You were like, I miss that smell.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay, so when I was in college, I worked at a vintage shop. Mm-hmm. And I would spend a lot of time there. And we would do like styling. We would go looking through clothes. Okay. Like our boss would bring in like, I don't even know what they were. It would just be like clothes.
It was a treasure hunt, always.
That is packed like a hay bale.
Yeah,
Is that what they're called? Like hay bales?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. But
like a basket of clothes.
Not even a basket. Like it would just be a square of clothes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like those
yeah,
factories.
Exactly that.
What did she say? Caja?
Baca.
Baca?
Baca, like a pack.
Baca.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
My mom used to work in one of those.
Yeah, so they would just like cut it open. We would like go through it, see what we wanted to keep. Dude, yeah. It's so trippy.
I would actually, my mom would work in one of those, and she would take me like after school, and there were like mountains of clothes.
Oh, really?
And I would remember like climbing on the mountain and just like being in there. Yeah, I get you.
This is just like a small pile.
Yeah, no, mine was like huge.
Wow. Huge. And then we would just take back like whatever it was. I think like the owner owned one of those warehouses, so then he would do the first pick of what he thought would be good for the actual like vintage store. Yeah. And then we would do the second round. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what my mom would do. She would like pick clothes that were like, I guess, sellable or in good condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, it's a whole entire warehouse full of clothing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Can you talk about RGB foodies?
Sure.
What do you How did that start?
Literally random. I don't know. Like, I was just like, I love food, and everyone always asks me where to eat, so I'm just gonna.
I mean, I've gone on your Instagram to
make
like
a page
to like check out where should I go eat? Like when I don't know where to go, I go to your page for inspiration. Like,
oh, thanks.
And I've done it like 3-4 times already.
Really?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do. Random people tell me.
Yeah, for real. Like, cause you're like, I want to eat something that's good, but I don't want to go to the same place.
Yeah.
And I go to your spot, and I go and like, hey, that looks good. Click it, like, where's it at? Oh, okay. And then I Google it, like, hey, it's open.
There you go. Yeah, I wish I could be more serious about it, but really, like, yeah, no.
Yeah. I think it really helps when it comes to like knowing where to go. So, but I would assume you really love food because maybe your family really started a business. Are they? I'm imagining they love to cook.
I love to cook. I do love to cook. I wouldn't say that my love for food comes from my family owning restaurants, but I can certainly say that my love for small business comes from my family owning restaurants, right? Like, because I feel like I've grown up in it, being a little kid, hanging out, being like 8 years old and just hanging out at the restaurant.
Yeah. The burgers are good.
What's the name of the restaurant?
Peeling papas. A Starlight Burger.
Oh my God, I love that place.
It's really good. It's really
what can I say? So,
multi-million-dollar business. like number one is Whataburger, then Starlight.
I feel like I agree with you. Yeah.
No, Starlight is better though because it's homemade.
Yeah, I will not. I'm not a huge Whataburger fan. I like Starlight.
Yeah.
I really like Diego's food truck.
Oh, I was there recently.
Love it there. And what's another cheeseburger that I really like? The Bodega cheeseburgers are also really good.
I've never gone to that one.
What? You need to go.
Bodega? No, I've never gone.
You've never gone to
Is it the one
Bodega?
on 10th Street?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've gone, but I didn't get the cheeseburger.
Oh. Well.
I got something else.
For the summer, they have a cheeseburger, and it's called the Strawberry Heat Wave. You have to get it.
Heat Wave. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
But I think that's also why I started RGB Foodies, because I'm so not into, which, like, whatever, people can do whatever they want, that's cool. But I would never start featuring people who are, like, not small business owners, or featuring people just because they message me on Instagram. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what are the requirements for you to showcase a restaurant in your, now that we're talking about
me saying yes.
You saying yes?
Yeah, that's the only requirement.
Do you have to go there first? Or what is that like?
It just depends. Like, I want to, like, look at their menu. What do they have? What's the vibe of their Instagram? What do they tell me when they initially message me? Like, you know, like, sometimes restaurants will be like, hey, want to gift you this $50 gift card. I'm like, oh, like, I'll respond like, oh, thanks so much. And then, like, I just never go to go get the gift card. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
But I've, like, gone to the restaurant and paid for my food, and I'm like, yeah, not sure. You know what I mean? Like, not something that I would feature, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of just, like, it's touch and go. It depends how I feel. I do go to a lot of restaurants, you know. As soon as they open, like, I'll try to go there. There's restaurants that I message, and I'm like, hey, like, I really want to feature you. This is what I've done for other restaurants.
Nice.
I want to see what you're all about, right? I want to talk to you a little bit. And for me, that's all what it's about. You know what I mean? It's just like talking to the chef, talking to the owner. Why did you do this? You know, what was your inspiration behind it? Bakeries, what makes you wake up at 4 a.m. every day to start baking? You know, like, all that stuff is the stuff that interests me. It's a lot of work. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's cool.
So then all that you were just saying, like, all their story, like how they started, why they do that, do you, like, post the pictures, and then do you put, like, the story on the caption, or how do you do it?
So a lot of the times I feel like the story is just, like, for my personal, what's the word? Getting the story for them is, like, personal confirmation. Like, okay, yeah, like, I am going to feature them. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then in the caption, I'll add, like, spoke to the manager, spoke to the chef, spoke to the owner. This is what they had to say about XYZ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it isn't so, like, verbatim exactly what they told me. You know what I mean? But I'll sprinkle it in a little bit if I can.
Yeah.
You know? I'm really lazy when it comes to that, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I posted it to you. Like, I won't lie.
I think we were talking about, maybe, was it like 2 years ago, about doing something video related?
I still want to, but it's like, when, dude, you know? My boyfriend...
Right now!
My boyfriend, he tells me all the time.
Well, you know, that's a really good thing to do, because, like, a lot of people, there's so many restaurants, and a lot of people can't make decisions on their own.
I'm one of them. I'm like, where do I eat? I gotta go to RGB Foodies.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Me going to RGB Foodies.
Like
also.
the 8-ball, you know that 8-ball that people shake?
Yeah.
You should make one and be like, where should I go eat?
That's pretty funny.
And then like Starlight. Something like that.
Starlight is like 9 out of 10 of the options.
No, you should have a little burger that has that little hole.
Oh, that would be cool. That's funny.
I'll sell it at your restaurant.
There you go.
And then give me 5%.
Like, promo item.
So then, what were you saying? That we wanna do something. We were planning on doing something.
I still want to, but I'm just like, oh my god.
I mean, you're really busy with Lone Star, I would assume, because it's like it's San Antonio.
Least,
It's here in the valley. You're traveling everywhere, like, right? You're constantly on the go.
Yeah. So we have 5 branches in San Antonio. We have 30 here in Star, Cameron, and Hidalgo County. So we're all over the place here in the RGV.
30 locations?
Yeah, give or take.
Damn.
Yeah, not including locations that aren't banking centers, right? Because we have insurance, we have investments, mortgage, lending, right? A bunch of different departments.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is super crazy.
I remember when there was none a lot, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Just like...
Yeah, so we have 36 full-service banking centers, 5 of which are in San Antonio. So I do travel to San Antonio a lot to film, to just check in on the locations and stuff.
What's up with all the car washes popping up?
I have no idea. I only go to Go Car Wash. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, there's like... You know how they say that cliche that, you know, if you want to launder money, go to a car wash?
I've heard that. Is that like a thing though? Or is it like a fake thing?
There's a movie, there's shows about it.
Oh.
Like that show called Breaking Bad. I don't know if you've seen it, but like the way that he launders his money is through a car wash.
Oh.
And
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I watched like first two episodes and I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's a long investment of your time. It's crazy. Most shows are, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But like, I was like thinking about that when I started seeing all these car washes popping up, and then you're like, okay, there's a car wash, okay, there's another one, and then you're in your mind you're like, I'm just like crazy, whatever. But then
No, there's a lot.
And then the next month there's like 2 more popping out, and then
They're like already popped up, and you're like, I just drove by here. Like, when did you get here?
Yeah, and even by my street on 10th Street, there's like another one being. They demolished like a Wendy's or something, and they're gonna build another.
That's so sketchy.
Car wash, and it's right in front of another car wash.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
It's crazy.
I don't ask questions. Whatever. It has nothing to do with me.
Broadcast journalism.
I feel the same way about car washes as I could do about aliens. So I'm like, whatever.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I guess so. But like, I don't care. That's what I mean.
Why? What do you mean you don't care?
Like, are aliens gonna make sure that I never get cancer? No. Are they gonna give me $5 million? No. So it's like, what does that have to do with me?
I guess.
That's how I feel about it. Like, if they exist, cool. I'm pretty sure they do. How are we gonna be the only ones on this planet? But like, is it gonna affect me? The 150%?
I mean.
And even if it does, like, I'm oblivious to it. So like, what does it matter? That's how I feel. I don't know. Everyone has a different take on it.
No, I guess you're right. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if we were to, I feel like we already discovered them. That it's just that the government is keeping it a secret.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
I feel like if that were to ever come out,
people would wild out. I'm not saying the government is wrong by keeping it hidden from everybody.
People wild out with COVID.
Yeah, exactly. I wild out with COVID.
Imagine if they found out that aliens were real or something. They would be like,
or something.
They would probably be like, F work, I'm not going to go to work.
Yeah, and I'm like, everyone just calm down, okay? Like, it's fine.
I feel like if we were to find out, everything would like... It's kind of like that little leaf when you put it in front of the ants.
And then they have
freak out.
Yeah, they don't know
like,
what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But that's how I feel about
aliens.
Sorry, I think I accidentally brought up aliens. I think you asked me.
No. I mean, yes, you did, but it's okay.
I didn't mean for us to go on a tangent about.
It's okay. Where were we? Oh yeah. So the car washes. Yeah, it's sketchy. But funny thing is, I got the subscription to Blue Car Wash, the Blue Wave.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is pretty cool because it's like $15 a month and you can go anytime you want.
Oh,
so
nice.
I think it's a good deal.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit more about like RGB foodies, broadcast journalism. Like, do you think like you can find a way where maybe you can combine it somehow? Yeah,
in my brain I do all the time. But it's just like executing it, I'm like, which is so weird because that's not like me. Like, I don't know what it is.
What motivates you to do something?
I have no idea.
What motivates you to travel?
Just like seeing what's up.
Like just learning something new?
No, not even. Like,
to explain, what do you mean just seeing what's up?
Like, yeah, like I don't really know. Like, what motivates me to travel?
No, because I mean, you could travel anywhere, right? But how do you pick? Okay, I'm gonna go there because X, Y, and Z. How does Ileana Moreno make those decisions?
I have no idea. I guess sometimes I'm just like, oh, I've never been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like there's an opportunity, right? Yeah. Like the last month, I went to Nashville, and I've never had a desire to go to Nashville. Like I've been like, okay, you know, like whatever. And Taylor Swift was having her tour.
Of course.
Of course, right? And so she was gonna be in Nashville. So I'm like, I feel like it's going to be like a homecoming for her because she lived in Nashville and it'll be interesting, right?
Yeah.
And it sure was.
How was it?
Interesting.
So you just went because of her?
Yeah.
She was in town, so you went. Mm-hmm. Nice. What about food? Like, do you ever go somewhere because based on like something you want to try, a restaurant you want to go to?
Yeah. Or like just a concept I think is cool, you know, or it reminds me of something else.
And then...
I don't really know how to answer that question.
It's okay.
Sorry.
You have to come back, think about it.
Yeah, maybe.
I remember when Anthony Bourdain passed away, you were a big fan of his, right?
Yeah. I have his cookbook at my house.
Yes, I remember you mentioned him. What was it about him that interested you so much? Obviously, you're a foodie, right?
Yeah. Cultures. I think that he really respected the cultures. And, you know, this is so interesting because I was actually talking about this to somebody else, with somebody else, a couple weeks ago. And they were like, you know, you should really, like, actually review food because I feel like a lot of the times, even if I take the opportunity to like go somewhere and I'm like, you know, like, yeah, like this is a really cool concept. I want to post about it, blah, blah, blah. I go and I'm like, oh, actually, like, this shit sucks. Like, respectfully, like, y'all have some work to do, right? And so I'm like, okay, never mind. Like, I'm so sorry. And someone asked me like, well, why don't you just like post about that? Like, say that, like, say that they sucked. And I'm like, you know, I totally could. However, I don't really feel like I'm qualified to do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, partially, yeah, because I literally studied journalism, so I could technically write about it and say, like, I am qualified to do this, right? However, like, I've never gone to culinary school, so what the hell do I know? Like, you know what I mean? I know how to make, like, really good enchiladas, but, like, you know, or chilaquiles. But other than that, like, I never went to culinary school. I don't know anything about that. So I feel like it's, like, almost a... what is that word when you're pretending to be something that you're not? I don't even...
But I don't... Like,
you get me?
If you enjoy food, why can't you talk about it?
Because I feel like I need to learn more about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this sucks, but why does it suck? Because I don't like it? That's too...
Well, how would you describe, like... Because, like, for example, I've thought about doing that, too, because, you know, why not? But, like, I wouldn't know how to, like, describe... I would just be like, it's good. Or, like, it's bad.
Oh, okay.
You know, how would you describe your experience at a restaurant?
I'll be like, the service sucked. Staff needs training. Food was plated not that great. When asked about ingredients, they didn't know what they were talking about. Those are the little things.
I didn't think about that.
And okay, well, also maybe it comes from my family owning restaurants. So like being at the restaurant, making sure you go out there and you're like, hey, like, are you enjoying your food? What's your feedback? What can we change? You know, what can we improve? Like all of those things are super important to me as a consumer. Yeah. So I feel like when it's not happening, I'm like, not my vibe, you know?
I get you. No, I didn't think about that, about the service and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think you are experienced. Why not? Like, who cares what they say?
I'll literally take a summer culinary class, and then I'll be like, fuck it all.
You could probably
a
do it.
genius
You could probably do it on, what's that website?
Masterclass.
Or Skillshare?
No, I don't know. I have no idea. I need to put more thought into it because I feel like it's something that I'm definitely capable of, but I don't want to feel like fake about it. Yeah. You know? Like, I'm like, listen to me, guys, but then in reality, I'm like, what? Do I even know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know?
Do you feel like, do you have like a top 3 tips for restaurants when it comes to like the customer experience?
Make sure that your staff is confident. Because I feel like a lot of times when I speak to staff, and this is super weird, like sometimes I'm just trying to engage in conversation, like, hey, like what type of mushrooms are these, right? Like where are they harvested from? Because I'm genuinely curious. And then the person thinks that like I'm roasting them or something. And they're like, well, like, I don't know. Like, and I'm like, no, like, sorry, this is awkward now. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know, like making them feel confident and like, this is where this is from. This is why it's super cool.
Yeah.
This is how we source this. Like, be proud of it, you know?
Like that culture of like knowing.
Exactly. So I would say that's like my number one thing. Confidence in the staff, because the chef could be confident, the owner could be confident, you know what I mean? But that doesn't always transcend.
Talking to the chef.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Not everyone talks to the chef. So like that energy needs to transcend into the whole kitchen, everybody there, you know? Because it, you know?
Okay, so confidence in the staff.
Yeah,
that's another one.
For sure. That's like pretty much the first
like
thing
the
that I
number
can.
one?
That's like the number one for me. For me, like that's like make it or break it, right? After that, the food just has to be good.
Well, let me ask you, how do you get inclined to go to a new restaurant? What do you have to see? Or do people have to tell you? What are your little requirements for you to, you know, go like, oh, let me go try it out? You mentioned Instagram. They have to have a good Instagram, right?
No, not always. Like if it's someone that is just like, hey, like you should stop by this like little hole in the wall place, and I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, like I'm down, right? I then featured them. But for me, it's straight up just the openness of the manager, whoever it is there. If I feel like they're not willing to share like more information or their story, I'm like, okay, like no, this is.
In most cases, they are, right?
Yeah, and then sometimes it's overly like, oh my God, like, are you going to feature us?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, like, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? Like, let me see.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out, exactly.
Nice.
Not in a rude way, you know, always respectful, right?
Yeah, we're in the talking phase.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I can't really say that there's like guidelines that I follow.
Yeah, it's just a gut instinct.
Yeah, I guess. And then just seeing how it flows, right?
Yeah.
Because even there's been times where I'm like, oh my God, I really want to feature this place. And then I get there and I'm like, maybe not, you know? And then I eat the food and I'm like, yeah, no, you know? Like, vaya con Dios. Good luck. So.
So you've never posted something where you're saying negative things about a place?
No.
But you're saying that people are telling you to do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Because the feedback that I've gotten is very much like people do reels, they're out here like filming content and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I love that for them. But like, I don't want to commit to do something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to stay like genuine to myself, true to myself. I'm going to post whenever I want. And I'll maybe try to create content in the future, but I don't know.
Like
I take myself too seriously sometimes, maybe. That I'm like, I'm going to be reviewing that script like 50 million times.
A perfectionist.
Yeah, hardcore.
I understand that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it's not about me, also.
Yeah, I get you. No, I mean, I feel like if you want to do it, you should do it whenever you want.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, you know, if people are telling you to do it, it might make you feel like it's not your choice.
Yeah, no, dude, who cares? That doesn't bother me. Or, like, I don't think that, like, has anything, you know? It's just, like, food for thought for me. You know, I'm like, okay, like, got it. Like, stored in my brain, like, I heard you, like, I understand. I love that.
What about your family? Do they ever tell you, hey, why don't you do videos of a restaurant or things like that? Has that ever happened?
No.
Since you're in marketing and broadcast and you love food?
They don't care.
Really?
Yeah, no. No.
But you've never thought about doing something like on your own? Just to like help out or something?
No.
Okay. I feel like taco trucks are very underrated down here.
Why?
Because sometimes they're more like good than actual restaurants. Like Diego's food truck.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has a brick and mortar.
He's about to.
Yeah.
He's about to.
I tasted his food and I was like, this is way better than some restaurants that I've gone to. Like way better.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I live close to that little food truck place.
I've gone to some good food trucks. I've gone to some bad food trucks. I've gone to some puestecitos in the middle of Peñitas that are also super good.
Yeah.
You know, it just depends.
True.
I don't know. Yeah.
Going back to your role as an educator for finance, is there any tips that you have for people that are trying to get better at handling their money? Should they follow you somewhere? What's the tips?
Yeah. So I think that, like, for people that don't know where to start.
Yeah, like for me, someone who's like trying to start a business and are trying to do things the right way, try not to mess up. What's your tip?
I would say, and here's the thing, I feel like before I worked in banking, I could totally see this as being intimidating. But I think for sure picking a banker that you know and you trust, instead of kind of just like only using the app on your phone and going to deposit money whenever you want to or take out money or whatever, whatever it is that you need to do at the bank. And then making sure that you have a relationship with them.
Yeah.
So that you can call them, text them at any time, send them an email, and they'll respond to you. Not only that, but when it comes to business, I feel like lending and lending officers have so much knowledge that they're willing to share, because you can certainly apply for a loan, right, to open a business, and they're like, well, like, you're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
However, if you do this, and this, then you will be. You know what I mean? So inevitably, they influence you and they educate you.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. Building relationships, building the right types of relationships.
Nice.
For
Relationships. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's a good tip, because
Yeah.
sometimes we're too afraid of even opening up to people to talk about or ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. Or you don't even know what to ask, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of the bankers that I know are very much willing to educate people with whatever it is that, like, the answer might not be yes, but if it's no, it's also like, it's because of this, and they're trying to make you better, to make sure that at some point you do get to that point, right, that you're trying to reach. So
That's right. We started talking in this podcast about therapy. What is something that is important to the mental health of somebody? I don't know. It's like a cliche, not a cliche. What is it? Like a taboo, like a taboo conversation to talk about mental health. Why do you think that is, especially down here in the Valley?
I have no idea. Like machismo, I guess?
You think so?
Yeah. Just like, I have no idea. I don't feel like it's taboo. I don't think so. But maybe it's because I've, like, my family and my partner, like, we very much have worked to, like, destigmatize that. You know what I mean?
That's good.
And just being very, like, open and honest when it comes to how you feel. Or, like, I can't do this right now because, I just don't have the mental capacity to do that. Or, like, I'm struggling with XYZ, right? I don't know. I feel like the people around me are pretty open to that, having those types of conversations. And it's, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm surrounded by more people that are less open to those types of conversations, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. But it's gotten, well, how can I say this? It's taken a while to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because obviously my grandparents aren't like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like my parents have been very educated in what all of that is. My sister and I are very much open about anything. I'm super open about stuff with my family, right? And then my partner, like, you know what I mean? Just communication is key, I think, all the time. And that also helps with mental health too, I think.
Communication?
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have on your mind, on your chest, that you want to talk about?
Anything on my chest that I want to talk about?
As we're nearing the end?
We're already getting to the end.
I mean, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, I don't know. I thought you were going to come up with questions.
Well, I wanted to be I think I've talked.
Anything that I want to get off my chest?
I feel like we've talked about everything already.
Really?
I mean, the major things I wanted to talk to you about was your new career in the banking industry. I wanted to ask you about food.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you about broadcast journalism.
I love food.
Travel. I feel like you're very, what is it called? Like you're very, you have very, very different interests.
I feel that way about myself.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm a lot of different people.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know how to explain it.
I feel like you're like an onion. There's lots of layers to you.
Yeah, or maybe not like an onion, but like I don't even know. I don't know how to even explain.
Why
but
not?
I get what you're saying.
Why, you make people cry or what?
Not on purpose.
You're like, your restaurant sucks.
No.
I hated it.
No, I won't say that. I'll just be like, respectfully, I'm sitting this one out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we do need to do a video.
Yeah, we should. I think it would be really fun. Yeah, I don't know.
I got an idea.
Okay.
I think I might have mentioned it already.
What?
A taco tour.
A taco tour. You know, I don't want to do a taco tour. You know what I
Why?
want to do?
What?
A chilaquiles tour.
Hey, that's not bad.
I love chilaquiles.
Yeah, it's
like
good.
literally, it's one of my top food groups.
Yeah, I love chilaquiles.
They're the best,
I hate it when they bring you chilaquiles.
and they're soggy.
Well, apart from that. And then they bring you tortillas.
Oh, that's weird.
Because it's already tortillas.
Yes, exactly. But like, it's because I was thinking of someone who puts them in a tortilla and eats them. I know somebody
I feel
that does
that's
that.
weird.
Of course, it's weird.
It's like, why would you bring tortillas? I mean, I understand there's huevos and all these things.
Yeah. No,
But,
that's
like,
weird.
It's like, anyways.
For what? You know?
Yeah, because it's like,
You're just doubling up.
I'm already eating tortillas.
Yes, exactly.
So
No, I agree with you. I think that's weird. But I think a chilaquiles tour would be super cool.
You make chilaquiles? Are you like, is
I
that
can
your
make
top
chilaquiles.
thing that you can cook or what?
No, it's like my top food that I love to eat.
What about the top one that you like to cook?
That I like to cook? Oh, dude. I don't have a top thing to cook.
Like-
I just like to try different stuff.
Well, what do you make, I guess, where you're like, this is the best dish I can cook?
Oh, shit. I don't know. I don't really have that thought. My thought process isn't like that. It's like,
It's funny because you're like, I'm very competitive.
this is how I feel. Like, I feel like I'll go somewhere, like an Asian market, and then they have king oyster mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll buy 2. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, with these, I'm going to fry them. These, I'm going to cut them up and then, like, find a recipe where they look like scallops. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then, like, make that. And then I'll make everything, and then everybody tries it. And then that's what it's about, though. Like, trying the food. Like,
Right.
I like this, I like that. Too much soy sauce. Needs more hoisin sauce. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know if I should have used this type of oil to fry it. Let me
Yeah.
try it next time this way. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I love. It's not so much like I'm really good at cooking this specific dish.
Yeah.
It's like just like finding something and then wanting to make something out of it, you know? And then experimenting with it.
Have you ever thought about doing like, what is that called? A mukbang?
No. Oh my God, no.
Why not?
I don't want people to see me eat. What the fuck?
I think that would be like,
Me drinking my Recess, that's all you. This is the closest you're gonna get to me doing a mukbang.
I feel like you like cooking something, you're like, okay guys, this is what I cooked. It has this, this, and this. Let's try it out.
Yeah, I know.
Or
Show.
a cooking
I
show.
would do a cooking show. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, like you would cook or what?
Yeah, I would cook. I would do a cooking show like with somebody else, you know?
Yeah. Oh.
Like a cooking podcast.
There you go. Yeah.
Like this, but we would be cooking.
Yeah, I mean, all we would need is just, instead of you just sitting, you'd be cooking.
A stove, yeah.
Yeah, a podcast can be anything.
Yeah.
Hopefully I inspire you to make a podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
How does it feel being your first podcast? Thank you for doing me the honor.
You're welcome.
This is
How does it feel? Yeah, it feels chill. It's cool.
you know, we just started without even like telling you, okay, we're gonna start.
I thought, I thought we were just talking, and then
We were.
And
But,
then
like, at
I
the same
realized that
time-
you were already filming.
At the same time,
I was like, oh, okay, we're already in it.
yeah.
Got it.
Sometimes
That's that.
It's fine.
some people freak out about that, and
Why?
then other people are chill. I don't know.
It's interesting.
Like
You get the best stuff.
some people are like, "Oh, did we start already?"
Yeah, that's when you get the best stuff. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
We were talking about therapy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, "Hey, this is a good starting point."
You're like, record.
No, I already pressed record. Okay, what else should we talk about?
You don't have like a lightning round of questions? She's
I
hilarious.
don't.
I love her.
I don't, but I could come up with it on the spot.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay.
You're
If I say pass, then I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
But I really don't want to. I hope that I
That's
don't.
fair.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna be having to do with food.
All of them?
No,
Okay.
I'm thinking them on the spot.
Okay.
So, okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Your go-to breakfast.
My go-to breakfast, chilaquiles.
Oh,
For sure. Wait, I'm lying. Okay, so if I have time, chilaquiles. If not, I love making like an egg and bacon sandwich.
Okay.
Like with a very specific cheese, eggs. You have to have very specific spices, heavy whipping cream, cook it in butter. You know what I mean? Take your time. Sourdough bread. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff. So
Okay.
it's all a process, right?
Yeah.
But those are like my two favorite things to have for breakfast. And to go to breakfast, I love going to La Silla. That's in Mission.
The chair.
Yes, exactly, the chair. And also, there's a food truck behind Jitters. It's called El Sancho Barbecue. I love that
It's a
place.
funny name.
Yeah, it is a funny name. Respectfully, sorry, if you see this. But, like, I love that place.
They're
Like,
probably
I'm
gonna see
obsessed
it.
with it. I'm obsessed
Yeah.
with it. I always go, like, toe up. Like, I'm always, like, just, like, hey, guys. Like, because it's, like, Saturday morning. You have to go, like, at 8:30, 9
Really?
a.m. Well, yeah, because the line gets super long, and then he
Man.
sells out. So I'm like,
Is it like
dude.
a small place or what?
It's a straight-up food truck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he has breakfast barbecue.
El Silla, what?
El Sancho
El
Barbecue.
Sancho Barbecue.
Yes. So when I wake up in the morning, and if I'm like up to it, I'm like throwing something on. I'm like, let's go. We have to go to Sancho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the vibe.
Okay, so chilaquiles and El Sancho Barbecue.
Yeah.
And La Silla.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my egg and bacon sandwich.
Egg and bacon sandwich. What's your preferred topping on French fries?
Truffle.
Truffle?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, the little black truffles or white truffles.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's like a little mushroom. Is it a mushroom or like a fungus or something like that?
I feel like I have to see it.
And then they shave it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more like mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise.
Oh. Ketchup and mayonnaise.
You mix them together or
Yeah. But more ketchup.
More
mayonnaise,
ketchup.
like just a little bit.
what? Okay.
Because mayonnaise is kind of gross. Like too
I
much
love
of it.
mayonnaise.
Mm.
To each his own, right?
Yeah,
To each
exactly.
his own. What's your favorite restaurant that you've gone to that is out of the valley?
My favorite restaurant that's out of the valley.
Well, I got a good question. I got one for you.
Okay. Like anywhere in the world? Okay. So there's this tea house in New York City that I love, and it's called Alice's Tea House.
Alice's Tea House.
And I love to go there with my sister.
Oh,
So every time we go, we always go there.
nice.
I just have a lot of memories there. My favorite restaurant is in Corpus. It's called Water Street Oyster Bar. I'm obsessed with that place. It's the best. Off the bat, those are the first two that I'm thinking of.
If you were to meet an alien and they were like, please show me your cuisine, would it be chilaquiles that you have them eat, or what type of meal would you prepare for them?
For aliens,
Yeah.
what type of meal?
Yeah.
I would probably give them,
Oh, hello.
right? I would give them blueberry checks.
Radioactive chilaquiles.
Radioactive chilaquiles.
I would just give them cereal.
Cereal?
Yes.
Man. I thought you were gonna like.
I'm like, this is American food. Welcome to America. I'd give him a hot dog. I'd take him to Diego's food truck.
Hey, that's a good spot. I really like their tacos.
I wouldn't overcomplicate it, is what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
I'd probably give him a bunch of like tacos or something.
Really? No, I wouldn't. I'd probably make a PB&J.
No, I would go all out. I would get like all the tacos that I like and give them to them. Have you gone to Plebes?
Yeah, I have. That's the one that has the orange and black letters?
Yeah.
Yes, I know which one you're talking about. I've been there one time.
Good, bad?
It was good.
I like the platter. They have all the tacos.
Yeah, I got like 3 different. I got like a birria one. I got a regular beef one, and I got an al pastor one.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to China, Nuevo León?
No,
They have really good tacos over there.
I've never been there.
It's really good. It's
like in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've never been there.
Yeah, I've never gone to China. Never.
Me either.
Okay, what else? I don't know what to ask you anymore. What do you want me to ask?
Random. Just say random stuff.
Okay.
Let's talk about film. Let's talk about music.
Okay.
Let's talk about
You see that
clothes.
Oscar? You see that Oscar?
The Oscar? No, I see the butt crack. Oh, this one. Yeah. I was staring at it and I'm like, I love that.
Who's your favorite actress?
My favorite actor or actress? Oh my God.
You're into film, right?
I really love Meryl Streep. She's a shit.
From which movie?
Oh my God.
Have you seen the one where she's with some Nazis and
No.
they're like telling her to give up either the son or the daughter?
No, I haven't
And
seen
they're
that
like,
one.
choose one. And she's like, I can't choose.
Oh my God, no, I haven't seen that
I
one.
can't choose.
No, have you seen the one where she, her husband passes away because of that boat accident in the very beginning?
No, I haven't seen it.
Watch that one. That one's so good. I
What's it
can't remember
called?
what it's called right now, but I'll text it to you later.
Do you know Daniel Day-Lewis?
Daniel Day-Lewis, the
Actor.
oh no, who the hell's that? I don't know who the fuck
He's
that
the
is.
only guy who has 3 Oscars.
Really?
Yeah. I would recommend
Why
watching.
did I think that someone had like 5 or something?
I don't know. I'm probably thinking of like Michael
6.
Jordan or something. So he has like 6
Daniel Day-Lewis, who is that man?
rings.
I don't know that man.
He came out in My Left Foot. That was his first Oscar. He was Lincoln. Abe Lincoln, that movie, Lincoln, that came out in 2012 or something like that.
Literally no.
Okay. He did Gangs of New York.
Also no.
He did There Will Be Blood.
Okay, I've heard of that movie, yeah.
That's my favorite movie.
Really? I've never seen it, but okay.
It's really good. Are you going to go watch Barbie?
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Or the other one, Oppenheimer?
Yeah, I'll probably see that one too. I really like, what's her name? Greta?
Thunberg?
Yeah.
Thunberg?
Yeah, I think she's cool.
Yeah, she's good. Mm-hmm. Why don't you, have you ever thought about like making a movie?
Sure. Dude, what can I tell you? I think I'm doing a bunch of stuff. Like,
You need to get one of those
Yeah.
like, big posters where you scratch off things you've done.
I've totally thought about making a movie. You know, when I went on a trip
Which
about
one?
making a movie and just like making movies in general, working with Rodrigo,
Oh yeah,
you know?
he's made a movie
Yeah, he has.
about the border, about aliens.
Yes. Yeah.
That was crazy.
So I'm like, I don't know. I had never been like, and obviously that's like not really even a set. You're shooting a commercial. It's a small crew, you know what I mean, of like 20 people, 25
Yeah.
people. But it just was so trippy to me,
But
you know?
you've never been in like a movie, like even a student film or anything?
No.
I feel like for me, you can either love or hate making a movie based on who you're working with.
Interesting.
Because that makes or breaks, I feel, the process of movie making. Because you're together a lot, right?
Yeah, of course.
And you're constantly like seeing each other every day. So I feel like depending how you are with the people you're working with, it will definitely make or break your movie.
Yeah, it's kind of trippy because I feel like now when I see movies and you see like someone whatever walking outside and you see gardeners outside, you can like hear people like action, and then it's like, okay, this gardener goes and then the other gardener goes. I'm like, this is so weird, like to conceptualize how it actually is, you know?
I was living in California, and there was this time where I got hired as an extra the people that are in the background. And we got taken to this ranch, and they had like a movie set, like an actual street, like New York, like LA, like downtown LA. They like constructed the front of the buildings, but there was like nothing. It was just like
at Universal Studios. I know what you're talking about.
And literally they were like telling us to pretend we were like talking, like miming.
Really?
And it was such a cool process seeing all that stuff unfolding, because like it had a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
There was an actual street in the outside where people were like driving with old cars. People were like walking.
Wow.
Like it was such a big
production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa, amazed.
So crazy. Yeah, it's such a trip.
It's
magic.
If Ed was saying that Hollywood is going to be kind of like coming down here, what do you think about that?
So? Universal Studios.
Hollywood is going to be coming down here.
Like, people are going to be making movies down here, is what she means.
They're going to bring a studio here.
I could see that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Like, yeah, sure.
I think you could definitely make a movie nowadays. I mean, I'm making the podcast from my phone.
Yeah, very true.
It's pretty good quality.
It's pretty good quality.
Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we should definitely make that video we were talking about.
Yeah.
About your...
my RGV foodie situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about it since we met.
People's choice. People's choice.
What?
The people choose if I make the videos or not. And I think...
they're probably going to say yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Why even post the thing?
The poll.
Yeah, why even?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird to me because I feel like I've been teetering on that idea for such a long time. And I just don't know, like, why I'm just like, ugh, nah.
Why are you like that?
Like, because I feel like it would be such a tedious process for me.
Yeah.
And I would take it really seriously.
So you want something like fast?
No, I don't.
Well then?
Exactly. That's why I am where I am. Like, well then? I don't know.
I feel like if you wanted to, you could.
Yeah, for sure. You see? I don't know how to even explain it. It's such a weird vibe I'm in.
I feel like you just need to schedule it and be like, okay.
And I schedule everything. I'm a crazy person when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, now you have an assistant.
I love her. She's the best.
Yeah, that's cool. How does it feel to have an assistant?
Nice. Nice because I feel like a lot of the times that you're at work, I forget that there's someone else that I'm like I feel like one of the executives, she told me, like, well, you need to find this out. And I'm like, oh my God, when am I going to find that? Like, how am I going to make time to do that? And she's like, ask her. And I'm like, oh yeah, like I totally forgot, like I could do that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of like those types of moments for me that I'm like, oh wow. But I feel like it's very, how I'm trying to not only grow that person, but also grow myself as a leader is like, okay, it might be something as simple as like, when someone asks you this, instead of responding like, hey, can you please like do this because I need to, like, no, say I need this done by this time. You know what I mean? Like growing her, right, into, you know?
What does it mean to you to be a leader?
To learn.
What?
Learning.
Learning?
Yeah. That's what being a leader is. Learning, always, from different people. Learning from your assistant, learning from the person that cleans, learning from your president, learning from your chairman, learning from, you know what I mean, your coworker. Always learning. Never getting to that point where you're like, you don't know more than me. You know what I mean? Or like, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
You're always going to be learning from somebody.
Yeah.
Anybody, right?
Wow.
So making sure that you always have that mentality. You're always learning from people, no matter who it is. And then transitioning that into teaching other people.
Yeah.
You know? That's what being a leader is, to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never heard someone say that about leadership before. I like that one.
It's really important to me. And I feel like when I stepped into my role, I'm like, dude, what, me? Like, lol, you know what I mean? But I feel like I've really tried to make sure that I'm always exceeding expectations and stuff. Obviously, I'm not perfect. Being in the role and, you know, maybe starting out with someone that you see as an equal, and then, you know, like, you end up, you know, getting promoted or something happens or whatever, and you're like, okay, like, now, like, I'm your boss. This is kind of awkward. You know what I mean? Like, managing stuff like that is very, like, unique, you know? I don't even know what other word to describe it. It's a really unique situation, right?
Yeah.
Because then it's kind of like, okay, like, you're my friend, but now things are changing, right? How am I going to be able to have a relationship with you, like, at work that is professional, right? But also managing that I care for you, right? Because you're my friend.
Right.
So situations like that you don't really think about, you know? You're like, oh, cool, like, I'm going to get a raise, or it's going to be super cool because I'm going to do this and that and whatever. You don't think about, like, the little things of, like, people are always watching you, you know? You're in a fishbowl.
That's true. Especially because you're in such a... I feel like marketing in itself, especially for Lone Star, like such a, you know, an important part of the Valley and banking. People are always going to look at you.
Yeah.
Probably going to be looking at you here.
Yeah.
What is your assistant's name? Shout out to her.
Oh my God, no, I can't say her name. We don't have her permission.
Well, shout out to her because she helped with the scheduling of this podcast.
Oh yeah, she helped with the scheduling.
She even sent me a whole bio of you.
You see, I love her. I didn't even know she did that. She's the best.
I thought you knew.
No.
Here I was like, oh shit.
So she has it saved.
No, she sent me like a page where it has your picture on the top, like very professional, and it has like 3 paragraphs.
See, there you go.
I was like, there you.
She already knows.
She was on top of it.
Yeah.
No, she was nice. What else? I feel like one of the things that you should definitely do is
drink a Celsius? Oh.
Do you want one?
No. No, I'm okay.
I normally drink Monster, but I was like, let me try something.
That's so bad. Don't do that.
I don't drink 3 of them.
Okay.
I just tried 3 today.
You have 3 right there.
Well, yeah, because I've never tried Celsius before.
Oh, really?
Never.
The only one that I would drink, like, at some point in my life, was the one that tastes like Coke. I like that one. The cola one. It's kind of gross, yeah,
really?
I know.
What are you drinking?
This is called Recess.
Recess? Mm-hmm. I like the bottle.
Thanks.
It looks
it's pomegranate hibiscus.
It looks very like Black Mirror.
No, it's like it's a calming drink.
Do you know Black Mirror? Do you know that show?
Yeah, I know the show, yeah.
Do you know that episode, Nosedive?
Which one is that one?
Where they rank people.
Oh my God, with her name starts with a B, I forgot.
She came out on Jurassic World.
Yes. What's her name? Something Lee, something. Starts with a B. I love her. She's so cute.
Well, that bottle reminds me of like the whole episode because everything's so like color coordinated and
with
like,
the points and stuff.
Yeah, or like you would go to a restaurant and they serve you and like thank you so much, and then they rank you 5 stars.
Wow, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I did watch it.
Yeah,
did you watch the new season?
Yeah, I wasn't really crazy about it.
Me either. I was like, this is so weird. I thought they were going to do some crazy thing with AI or something like that.
They always do that.
And then, well, yeah, they've already done it so many times, right? But I thought they were going to take it to the next level. And then it ended up being, like, supernatural, like, stuff. And I was like, okay.
Which one was your favorite episode?
The first one. I thought it was hilarious.
The AI one? The Netflix one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
I thought it was a funny concept to me, but it wasn't like that feeling
of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you're just like, what just happened? What did I just watch? You know?
My favorite one was the one where they go and stay with the mom, and then they're like making a documentary, and then they find out that the mom is actually part of the...
Oh my God, yeah.
Did you forget about that one?
Yeah, I did for a second. I was like, huh? That one was your favorite?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I didn't expect it.
Yeah. Okay, so like obviously spoilers. So if you haven't seen, We should have mentioned that.
It's okay.
You have to put that in there. It's not okay. Oh my god.
No, I feel like if you're a fan of Black Mirror, you would have already watched it.
That's true. I didn't expect it at all.
Yeah, that's the only episode where I was like caught off guard.
Okay, yeah.
All the other ones, I kind of like saw it coming a little bit.
Yeah. It made me go on a trip. I'm like, dude, I bet you there's a bunch of people that
I'm sure.
live that type of life, you know?
Yeah,
and they're secret killers.
I felt bad for him at the end when
Me
he
too.
won the award.
I was like, is he going to commit suicide? That's what I kept thinking. But then, like, it just ended.
My favorite episode ever is White Christmas. Have you seen that?
Yes, I love that one.
With John Hamm?
Yes.
Yeah, I love Mad
I
Men.
would say maybe that one's my favorite too. I also really love the one with when she passes away and they put her in the bear.
Yes.
Fuck me up.
Yeah, it's where she's like stuck in a loop.
Dude, yes.
Those are the type of like film/episode, like TV, whatever you want to call it, that I would love to work on.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Black Mirror needs to bring those back.
Yeah.
The ones that make you feel some type of way.
I feel like there could be a version of Black Mirror of like...
That's that movie you made me watch. I didn't understand none of it.
Oh yeah, she watched an episode.
Oh, yeah?
She didn't understand. She saw the one where the mom puts a chip in the little girl and she's watching everything that she does.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one. That one was weird.
And then she grows up and she still has it. So...
Yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Which other one do I really like?
I like the one where they're stuck in a world where they're just like filled with screens and they have to play video games.
I don't remember that
points. It's like the first season.
I don't remember that one.
It was like the first episode that I was like, whoa, this could happen.
Yeah, it can.
Yeah, like people just playing video games to earn income, and then they use the coins to buy stuff.
Foodies.
Yeah.
I have no idea. No, I like going to work. I could never just be chilling.
Yeah.
Playing a video game.
My preferred career or whatever would be like making like a Black Mirror episode, like traveling the world and doing something like that.
Really?
Just like making things like this where I'm traveling and meeting people, talking about stories. Yeah, just
I
getting
guess me
know
too,
people.
but about food.
What about that too? Yeah, next time bring a food item.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to find a kitchen that we can film.
We can make a kitchen over there.
Well, you think so?
Yeah, we could make anything over there.
That's true. It's a big space.
Yeah. I don't know what else to ask you. I've run out. I definitely want to thank you a lot for coming.
Yeah, I had fun.
I feel like we got to know you a little bit more.
You think so?
Yeah. Or is there anything that you feel like I didn't ask that you want me to ask?
No, I can't think of anything. It's specific. No.
I was gonna ask you something, but I don't know. That's off topic.
What?
You were mentioning a partner.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to talk about that?
What about him?
Boy, Carlos.
No, I know, but like,
He doesn't want to say his name. That's what his partner is.
I don't know, like
They're not married.
Like, is he into food too? Do you guys, like, I don't know.
He comes with me and he encourages me, you know? And I feel like he sees how, he sees like the traction that it gets and he's like, oh my God, we could totally do something with this. And I'm like, yeah, we could, but like also, you know? But he's like certainly coming with me to the restaurants when we go eat and stuff,
I wanted to ask you, like, why doesn't he film your experiences?
Oh, because I don't let him. He's all about that life. He wants to. And I'm like, dude, no.
So everything's already ready to go. It's just you having to be like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Pues
Yeah.
ahí pa la otra.
No, he's adamant about it.
Damn.
For sure.
Pues ya, do it. Just do
I
it.
know, right? I wouldn't even have to pay him.
Pay him in food.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to thank you so much for coming and, sharing a little bit about, your onion life, all
My
those
onion
layers of food, of banking, of therapy.
My therapy chair is my therapy chair.
Yeah. I think I think a lot of people would really appreciate you doing what you're doing. Going out to the communities and talking about finance, and also helping small businesses with RGB foodies. I think that's important because a lot of restaurants are popping out that are like Denny's or corporate restaurants. And it's kind of like pushing away. The perfect example, Starbucks.
Like, absolutely no, I will not go to Starbucks.
No. Perfect example, right?
And
there.
if you go to Starbucks, like, I'm low-key judging you. I swear to God. Like,
I
I'm
go
like,
sometimes.
Dude, no, don't go there.
At
Why?
all?
No.
Just stop.
Yeah, just stop.
Where should I go?
Like, literally anywhere else. Reserva, Jitters, Moonbeams.
I like Reserva.
Reserva's okay. Sorry. It's all right. Jitters is so good.
Yeah.
I love Jitters. I love Bandera in Harlingen. What else? Jitters in Mission is so good too. What's another really good coffee place? Another place that I haven't gone, but I really want to try is Common Space.
Oh, I've gone there, but I didn't try their coffee.
Yeah, I've never been there, but I want to.
It's like an event place too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like they have the space to like make things happen.
Interesting. So, yeah, for sure, just buy local coffee.
Okay. Does your grandma make the best coffee? Like
my grandma's old.
Hispanic?
She doesn't make coffee.
No?
No.
I always prefer...
No, she's like in her 80s. She doesn't cook anymore even.
Coffee's not cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
Pero está bueno. Anything you have on your chest, on your mind that you want to spread to the people watching, that you want them to, I don't know, about you? Any messages?
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm better at answering questions and making statements, I think. Yvette, do you have any questions for me?
Any questions for...
What's your favorite, a paperclip or a stapler? Just kidding.
Paperclip if they're the cute colored ones, or like gold ones, like nice ones. Yeah.
That's all I have. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
They have to be pretty ones.
Oh, okay, I got a question.
What?
What was your favorite story that you ever worked on as a broadcast journalist?
Oh my God, I don't even remember.
What was the one that you do remember?
That is so awful.
Awful?
Yeah, it's awful because I don't remember.
Why don't you remember?
I don't know. Maybe I have like memory problems. Like, what can I say?
Story or what?
I can't think of one story
Really?
right now. Yeah, no, like right now I'm really trying to think.
Huh.
I remember I interviewed a guy in a parking lot from UTRGV. What did he do?
You interviewed a guy in a parking lot?
Yes. I think he made a video that went viral or something like that.
Oh.
I did stories like on the drainage proposals and stuff. I remember doing a story about a guy. You know what? I actually think about this a lot. I did a story about a guy who was biking here in Weslaco. He was 18 years old, and he passed away because he got hit by a vehicle.
Oh, wow.
And I remember, this is like 7 years ago. I don't remember his name, but I remember I interviewed his really good friend, his best friend from high school. I don't even remember her name, but I remember like his story, right? And what they told me about him. And I remember thinking at that moment, which was 7 years ago, like, wow, like Weslaco really doesn't have any sidewalks. Like, it's super dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like I told you, my partner used to live in Weslaco. We just moved into our home like 3 months ago, and in McAllen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So up to 3 months ago, I was coming to Weslaco
Mm-hmm.
all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for the past like 7 years, Weslaco still doesn't have sidewalks.
Damn. They need to make sidewalks.
Yeah, exactly. Weslaco, get it together. Like, what the?
Come on.
What?
Hey.
And so I randomly think about
They
that.
pocket all the money.
Probably.
Mexico
So.
is the #1 most corrupt city in the United States of America.
Really?
Yep.
Who said that?
Yvette.
That's the New York Times.
Hey, the New York Times
No,
says it.
let's think about it. It's been like that since the early 1900s because
Yeah.
look, Al Capone had a home here. you
Yeah,
know?
he did.
And so all the criminals already know where to go and put their lodging.
So true. There's like a lot of random
His house
stuff.
has an underground tunnel that goes to Progresso.
I love that for him.
Yeah, it's because it's a small town, so there's a lot of corruption.
Hey, he didn't pay his taxes.
Really?
That's how he got caught.
Of course he didn't.
He
How are you gonna pay
forgot.
taxes on drugs?
You have to
Oh,
open
I've
up.
sold this much drugs. I'm gonna
Car
pay the
wash.
taxes on
Open a car wash.
it. Whatever.
Yeah, you have to open a car wash.
Back then, there was no
Launder-
car wash. There was like
launder your
burros
money.
there. And they were
It's
just
like
like,
all those car lots that don't. Yeah.
yeah, that collect dust.
Yeah.
So, I remember that story. I don't know if it was like my favorite. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't
you
say.
remember it.
Yeah, but I remember it. Like I
Yeah.
remember him. I remember seeing his picture
Yeah.
and being like, oh my god, like he was 18. And it goes back to what I was telling you earlier. Like when I was 18, like I don't even know what the hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Just thinking about soccer.
it was very
volleyball.
like influential for me, like
Yeah.
personally, right? And I think about that guy a lot. I think about his friend that I interviewed. And I think about the situation. So yeah, I don't know. It's
West Laco,
interesting.
we need sidewalks.
Yeah, West Laco needs sidewalks. Get it together.
We
It's crazy.
And drainage.
And drainage.
Perfect. Well, I think next time we come together, we definitely need to do a video. For sure.
Yeah,
Because
a cooking video.
yeah, right. We could do one in the back event.
Hell no. Burn the shit down.
Maybe Carlos or me.
You do like drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, drink.
I should have. Oh my god, I'm so
Cocktail. I
mad.
made a cocktail.
I'm so mad. I was gonna bring my cocktail stuff.
Yeah.
But I
Why
didn't.
didn't you bring it?
I don't know. Like I had just gotten out of work.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I do that? And I was like, ugh, whatever.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
thought you
fine.
were gonna come in your suit or something.
No.
I thought you were gonna be all like professional. And, I
Why?
don't know. Because your
It's
assistant.
nice.
I know, you look nice, but because your assistant like set everything up, and I was like, oh shit.
No.
I was like,
That's just my work outfits.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. I was like,
I don't know.
whatever.
Sometimes people take their work to home. I don't know.
No, that's bad. You can't do that.
Well,
You shouldn't do that. I mean, whatever, to each their own, but I wouldn't do that.
yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't work for my house, because I totally do, but
Bueno, thank you so much for coming.
of course. I had a great time.
Hey, that's what we try to do.
Yeah.